Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to another episode of Hades 1. This is our mirror setup for the day. We are going to be taking the aspect of Guan Yu on the spear, and I don't really know how I want to build it, so I'm just going to take a Palm Blossom and we'll go for that. This will be our 20th bounty on the spear, so we'll finally be done and we'll have completed all bounties. I am going to keep the trend of doing a max level extreme measures, but I don't think I'm going to take forced overtime. Guan Yu is hard enough on its own, so we'll be taking max level jury summons, extreme measures 4, benefits package, and middle management. My goal is to practice extreme measures 4 a little bit, since I'm trying to run some higher heat runs. It may be better that I just practice forced overtime, honestly, because extreme measures 4 is just such a gatekeeper to a run, and it's at the end, it's rough.
I hope your every strike cuts to the vital bits of all your prey there, Zagreus.
Thank you kindly, Artemis. What have you got? Alright, Epic Tier Hunter Dash. Honestly, since I'm running Guan Yu, I would like to build around the special, so I'm going to reroll here and hope we get a high tier special. No high tier, but special is special, so we'll go ahead and take that, because Guan Yu's special does a lot of damage. We're going to be looking for a very specific, what's it called? A very specific hammer, Daedalus hammer, that enhances our... Ooh, hey, Artemis again versus Chaos. I think I take Chaos here and hope for a special enhancing boon from them. But we're going to be looking for the Charged Skewer hammer.
Come forth, O son of Hades, and together let us sow my namesake through the depths of what your father thinks his own domain.
Because then you basically play the spear like the bow. Let's see, attack 45%, 90% more coin could have set us up for a lot of boons later on, but minus 48 HP means we have... Oh, okay. Thankfully that minus 48 HP is based on our total HP before it is halved by... what's the name? Guan Yu. So we actually have 26 HP, because I was like, I only have 50 HP. Losing 48 HP means I have to play this damage list, basically, which I'm not above accomplishing, but I don't think it's terribly possible. Not taking 26 damage in one hit, that I can do. All right, we'll go ahead and get this Palm. Comboing Palm Rooms with Palm Blossom, we should get a whole lot of stats on this special soon enough. As far as what we're going to be building around... Oh, goodness, witches with damage control. Okay, hold on one second. All right, thankfully, this isn't too bad. I can manage this room a little bit. We're going to just be looking to maximize our special damage as much as possible. So yeah, there's one hammer in particular that really benefits this build, and then everything is more icing on the cake. It's really the only two boons you need. If you get Heartrend, of course, that's going to be a huge damage up for you. So I'm certainly not going to say no to that.
Power of the gods.
Right, that's 16% more damage on the special already. Here's Athena to show up, which is great. We definitely could use her for some survivability. We'll go for her dash right away. Alternatively, I will take her call if offered, because that's some decent survivability. The downside to taking a call early in this in Hades is it messes with some of the boons you can find. Most importantly, Hermes, because Hermes offers, what is it, quick favor, I think, which makes it so the god gauge fills faster, 1% a second.
I shall not keep you, Zagreus, except to offer you some of my power to improve your chances of escape. Now quickly choose and go. Let's
see what you got. Attack or dash. Oh, perfect. Or an epic tier 8. I think I'll just take the dash for now, because that's most important for survivability, I would say. Ease versus shop. I can afford a god boon, so let's take the shop here. We're looking for Aphrodite in particular to set up for Heartrend, of course, and then beyond that, I don't know what my fourth god would be. I almost bought that Palm instead of taking the mystery boon. I mean, I could just take the mystery boon. Alternatively, Ares wouldn't be terrible. Ares, if we got, what is it? Not Urge to Kill. I'm forgetting what its name is, but the boon that makes you deal more damage after you kill a foe with your attack and special, that would be pretty solid. It's basically like we're playing Hestia at this point. I don't know if I want to risk a mystery boon. And there's Artemis there to show up again. I think, honestly, I'll take the Palm on the special.
I'll take this one.
That's another 8% damage.
Palm dab.
I'd rather not risk getting a god I don't want into the pool until I guarantee Aphrodite.
You and me, sneak.
Again, the biggest thing we need for this build, though, is just getting that juicy Heartrend boon from the Aphrodite-Artemis duo. Everything else after that point is just kind of icing on the cake. And of course, well, aside from the Daedalus hammer I mentioned. Let's see. Hunter's Mark. Okay, you know what? Hunter's Mark is awesome. We'll take that now. Thank you very much. Zeus, or hey, there's Ares. Okay, so we could force Ares here. Zeus. Is there any reason to want Zeus in this build? Not really. Zeus is nice damage, but we need to stack a whole bunch of Zeus, and it's not going to be what I'm going to be playing around. I'm going to be playing around my special most of all.
Here we go again.
I thought I'd find you here.
All right, bring it on, Hades.
Father.
The sooner we get Charge Skewer, the better. If we don't get Charge Skewer, at least we have Hunter's Mark to help bounce crits around enemies. Because that is a nice, juicy 50-something% chance to crit. I'm not going to complain about that. And a couple palm levels on it, and it basically becomes a 100% crit chance after a while. We have a 20% base crit chance on our special, and we're critting for 250s as it is. Imagine that being enhanced by 200% from the modifier on the Daedalus Hammer, plus another 150% from Heartrend. We'll be hitting like a truck if we get those two boons. Whether we do or not is to be seen. Of course, Rush Delivery is always a great boon for us as well.
Lord Ares.
Enough!
Alright, Urge to Kill.
Why, I believe that is the Frostfair blade you bear. I understand it shall become the instrument of choice of yet another god of war someday. I long to meet him, this fellow student of death.
Oh, so Guan Yu is considered a god of death? I did not know that. Alright, so we're not offered... I was mistaken. It wasn't Urge to Kill that I wanted. What is it called? It's Battle Rage. Okay. I think, honestly, I'll take Blood Frenzy, because we're going to be going up against Extreme Measures 3 Hades. 30% more damage on a crit build will be a lot of damage. So, and it stacks. What do we get here? 150 coin I will gladly take.
There you are.
And then we'll go for that key for the reroll, I think. We melt enemies. Like, armor's going to be a problem because armor's a problem always. But once we get enough damage, our crits are going to be rapid fire 1Ks. So it's fine.
All right, break it up.
Like, this is the easiest way to play Guan Yu. You just build around the special. And if you get Charge Skewer, you're not guaranteed to win on the run. Because I don't think I have addressed it, but the biggest... The way Guan Yu is kind of gimmicked as its like hidden aspect weapon that it is it has a change to the charge spin. Namely, the charge spin heals you every time it hits. But it's only like 1 HP, so it's not a lot. The issue with that, though, is the trade-off. Sure, you can sustain yourself by healing, but you give up half your HP, half your max HP gain, and half your healing. So basically, all HP-related things are reduced by half. If you combo that with any levels of like lasting consequences, it just becomes unplayable after a while. Not really. I mean, you can play super safe with a special like I am right now, but the point is, like, it makes Guan Yu a high risk, potentially high reward weapon, but I don't even know if the reward is that good. Do I take the HP here or the coin? The coin's more fun, the HP is more survival. I think I need the survivability. Yes, we've got Athena's dash, but that's not going to guarantee us anything, frankly. All right, let's see. Palm or... Ooh, you know what? We'll go for this trial here. This trial could offer us some good boons, particularly from Artemis. Is there anything...
me choose?
Okay. Urge to Kill... Or no, what is it? Blood... Battle Rage. Battle Rage. Battle Rage versus Pressure Points, or... I mean, that's really it right now. Or just more crit chance from something else, I guess. Honestly, I think Battle Rage will make this easier if I get it. Urge to Kill, I guess I'll take that. That's a 10% damage up on the special, which all the damage adds up.
Why would you side with... Ugh. Why do I even bother with some lesser god?
Oh, she's really hurt. That's all right, Artemis.
Then.
He'll forgive us in a moment. Well, actually, I feel like out of all of the gods that we do these trials with, Artemis is the one that seems to hold the grudges the longest. She definitely comments on, this is not the first time you've done it, it's not going to be the last. I am so disappointed in you, Zagreus. Fortunately, the one downside to this sort of build is Guan Yu does not do great with enemies that spam damage control, and the base damage on the charge spin isn't enough to really justify using it. So one thing I will say, like, so I was going to say, so the charge spin heals you, right? But think about the downside of this. The charge spin requires you to sit still to even toss out, and if you don't fully charge it, it's very tiny. Even when it is fully charged, it's very tiny. And then on top of that, you're very likely to get hit, especially if you're running at higher heats with forced overtime on. It basically becomes unusable at higher tier or higher heat runs because forced overtime is so unforgiving. To the point where I genuinely do not think it is worth using. Well, frankly, why would you use Guan Yu?
You're nowhere near our mountaintop, or I'd have shot you for that stunt myself.
On super high heat runs? Like, that's a bad decision, and I get that. I think I probably reroll here for a better boon, right? We can get pressure points still, which is the biggest thing we can get from her. Queen Kill is whatever. Hidebreaker is decent for the early game. Hunter Instinct, if we build a God Gauge, would be pretty good. So I think I'll try a reroll, see what I get.
Any other blessings, maybe?
True shot, Artemis aids, pressure points. Excellent. Okay, 2% extra crit chance. Not a whole lot. Here's our first hammer, so this is what makes or breaks the run. Do we get charge skewer? I'm gonna guess not. I know how my RNG tends to play out these runs, but it's worth... one can dream, you know? There's something inherently satisfying about just letting loose a special and watching it plow through an entire swath of enemies. Yeah, these are like the weakest enemies in the game. Doesn't mean I can't enjoy what I have when I have it, you know? If this is the entire room, just a ton of numbskulls. All right, do we get it? We do not get it, and we only get attack-based boons, unfortunately. Quick spin will be nice for some healing. This is really the only hammer you care about on Guan Yu if you're intending to build around the spin charge, which I'm really not. Traveling farther and longer, or traveling 80% longer, is also decent just to make sure that you can hit enemies with it, but quick spin is the thing that matters, because if you're not charging it fast enough, you're not going to get it off. And with forced overtime on, which we don't have, I took forced overtime off for this run just because sanity. Oh, hey, excellent. Here's our first Aphrodite boon. I'll take the palm first so I guarantee it on the special, though. Or not. I guess I don't guarantee it on the special, but a 52% crit chance on Hunter's Mark is not a bad trade for that. I think I roll here for Aphrodite's attack, honestly.
No thanks.
And we get it. Cool. All right, so your attack deals 50% more damage and inflicts weak, most importantly. We are now set up for Heartrend, Heartrend being the duo between Aphrodite and
I'm back, ladies.
Artemis that deals 150% more crit damage.
Zagreus, murderer.
Yes, Zagreus, murderer.
Any second thoughts by any chance about the whole happy thing? Just making sure.
Zagreus, murderer.
Zagreus is a murderer of everyone down in the underworld. That is true. So, oof. So I guess there is also, I should mention there, if we do go the spin charge build, there is a boon that enhances... Oh, what is hitting me? Oh, hi, Meg. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Meg. Like, there is a boon that increases the healing on the charge spin, which makes it also sort of viable. We could definitely use some HP. So life affirmation from Aphrodite on Guan Yu helps kind of mitigate some of the downside of this weapon. Not enough to necessarily justify using it, or it's definitely not a priority, but it's something at least. Where are you? There you are. And this should finish her with one nice crit. Or not. One more crit. There we go. If nothing else, until I get charge skewer, I can play around the range of the spear, and those crits that I am fishing for do a lot of damage. Alright, so we really want our next hammer as soon as possible, because if we don't get charge skewer, we're going to have to change how our build plan plays out.
Enjoy the searing heat of Asphodel.
Will do, Dad. So I've gotten all the gods I care about in the pool, so maybe I just stick with the Palm Blossom, honestly, because what, we've got Aphrodite, we've got Artemis, we've got Athena, and we've got Ares. We've got all the A gods. This is an A tier build, right? So, honestly, yeah, I think I stick with the Palm Blossom just to see how many levels I can stick onto the special. And it doesn't hurt to hit the attack occasionally, not my priority. Pressure points would be great. Hunter's Mark would be great. Blood Frenzy, amazing, but I don't think you can palm that. And Urge to Kill, not terrible. It's a little bit of damage up. So those are all, none of them are terrible, I suppose. But with that said, let's head into the next 4. Asphodel is where things are going to get a little trickier because enemies are tankier, and we still are missing our biggest source of damage, being that hammer that we're hunting for. If we don't get the hammer, I honestly may take a anvil if it's offered in sticks and see if we roll it. Erebus Gate for coin, honestly, I'll take it because we could use the red onion.
Here I come.
And if I get enough coin, because we did get that,
Let's hear it.
what was it, Atrophic Affluence?
I have a challenge for you, boy.
A 90% increase on coin. I think we can afford to take some what are they called? Some Centaur Hearts from the shop, from the Charon shops if they're offered. Witches are kind of scary, but we don't have Force Overtime on, so they're a lot easier to manage than when they have that on. Force Overtime Witches are the bane of my existence in Tartarus in particular. Once you get to Asphodel, I would say if I don't have an Athena dash, they are terrifying, but generally by then I'm forcing Athena, so it's a bit easier.
Deft on your feet as ever.
There we go.
There's our first Hermes boon. I think I'll take that, yeah. All right, Herms, what have you got for us? I guess that's a little bit early on the question there. Getting the crits with Hunter's Mark helps a lot because it just melts enemies too. We're only at a 50%, I guess it's like a 70% crit chance between Hunter's Mark, or maybe like 60% right now, but 20% on the special, and then I think it was 42% on Hunter's Mark right now. So we're almost at the 100% crit chance. We just need to get a couple more levels of Hunter's Mark, and I think we're golden. Also, I suppose we can set up for Deadly Reversal from Athena, although I don't think we have the boons that set us up for it. I think you need her attack or special for it.
All clear.
I come with urgent tidings, boss. Unfortunately, not addressed to you, but someone got you these.
All right, what have you got, Hermes? Dash, greater haste, hyper sprint. We'll take hyper sprint because any level of hyper sprint sets you up for a very strong rush delivery soon enough. Because it's a hyper sprint's rarity only affects the duration of the speed boost, and we're pretty much always going to have it lasting long enough to get a spear off before I dash again. Another Artemis and then another Artemis. Okay, let's take both of those.
Just what I need.
Support fire doesn't really matter. I guess what boons am I looking for at this point? We've got pressure points, we've got Hunter's Mark. So I think I just take whatever she gives at this point, just so that the more boons of hers I take now, the fewer she'll offer later. If I take support fire, which I will take here, taking a support fire does potentially lock me out, or it puts her legendary as an option, and I don't really need her legendary in this build. That's the one downside here. I guess let me double check. What duos with her am I getting, or am I going for? Not Lightning Rod, not Hunting. I guess I could make an argument for Hunting Blades. Maybe I'll take that Ares call or cast if I can get it. We don't have Poseidon. Yeah, without attack or special from Athena, there's no hope of that. And Heartrend. So, I guess it doesn't really matter what duos I take at this point. So, I think... Let's see. Aphrodite cast, I don't want. Artemis, Athena cast, I could make an argument for because it's decent damage. But I probably want to keep Blade Rift an option. I would have to take Ares Call then if I wanted that. With that in mind, maybe I do take True Shot. But Support Fire is gimmicky and funny. It's 14 damage, it does nothing, and it could eat a palm. I'm gonna take True Shot here. All right. All right, let's see what this Artemis room gives us. Again, we can get Artemis's duo with Aphrodite, and I will reroll here because we have higher rarity boons. I figured I shouldn't waste a reroll on a low rarity room. The shop boons generally are low rarity unless they cost like 300 coin or whatever it is, 200, whatever it is. The enhanced cost, it's 450, that's what it is, 450 enhances its rarity. All we need is one good crit and we can potentially start bouncing Hunter's Mark between enemies. The funny thing is, if these enemies are so far away from the Void Stone, I can actually start damaging them. Especially if the Hunter's Mark decides to hit them all the way over there in that corner. That happy little corner of theirs. I also need to just make sure that I'm using my cast regularly to keep boiling blood going on enemies, so that I kill them faster. Also, it turns out the enemies it summons in get respawned if I don't kill the Void Stone first. Good to know. I didn't actually know that, because I usually have to prioritize the Void Stone given most of the builds I run. Alright, fair enough. A little bit of optimization that I'm recognizing just now is if I use my cast immediately following my special, the cast goes off before my special's cooldown is refunded. Okay, Hidebreaker, more damage to armor. That sounds pretty good right now, or Clean Kill for the extra 22% crit damage. I think Hidebreaker for now just to speed along armored enemies, because they are fairly tanky, and until we get Charged Skewer, there's nothing, we're limited in what we can do against them, I suppose. Alright, witches, we do have Athena's dash, which means I can kind of just do that to them, and there's nothing they can do about it, other than stand still and apparently have all of my attacks miss them somehow. Don't know how that happened, not a fan of it, but it is what it is, I suppose. Man, going Guan Yu's special without Charge Skewer is rough. You really need that early Charge Skewer to make it work. I've had runs with that, like practice runs, but it's just, not getting it today is rough. I was very hopeful we'd be lucky. Oh well, you take what you get and you work around it. That's the nature of every roguelike, isn't it? We're on pretty significant diminishing returns for the special now. Eurydice here, not bad. Probably go for Refreshing Nectar and hope for some higher tier or higher rarity boons. Ambrosia Delight, let me see. What would that hit if I did take it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 boons. That's a 1 in 5 chance of it hitting the special. I don't think it's worth it. We'll take Refreshing Nectar.
Music or sing or anything yourself, 80s kid?
It's good for you, you know.
I play a bit of the lyre, as a matter of fact. Orpheus himself gave me some pointers on it. Never really tried singing, though. Can't even imagine it, really.
Don't worry, Zagreus. You're in the process of learning to sing right now in my in some production outside of the actual game. I decided to switch from Africa by Toto to We Will Rock You by Queen, because that one's so easy to do, and I can make it a tribute to Boldy, which is even funnier. So look forward to that. When it'll come out, I have no idea, but it's probably going to be a while. But it'll certainly take less time than making Africa happen.
Well, might I recommend giving it a shot at some point? Who knows? You might be the next Orpheus.
I think I very well might be. All right, Refreshing Nectar. The next 3 boons have upgraded rarity. And here's our shop. This should be our end shop, I believe, because we've already seen the mid shop in Asphodel. Yeah, it is. This is the layout of the room for the end shop every time. Athena showing up here, not amazing, but I'll probably take her boon. Yeah, let's see what she offers.
I'll take it.
Parting Shot. I mean, I don't have a reason not to take it. It doesn't do a whole lot for us, but I'll take it, I guess. 35% backstab bonus on the cast, and the cast gains any bonuses for backstabs that you have. In theory, that should up our cast damage a fair bit, and if we crit, that's even more damage. Certainly, I'm not going to play around it, but again, I noted that I just toss out my cast every time I throw my special, and then I dash away and wait for the cooldown on the special to reset.
You are looking positively fabulous, I have to say.
And even if I don't have Heart Run, I should probably get into the habit of tagging enemies with the attack every now and again. I guess the one downside here is since I don't have, what is it? I have, what is it, Stygian Soul or Infernal Soul? I think I have Infernal Soul on right now. So Infernal Soul, I don't even know if you can get Exit Wounds, or you definitely can't use Exit Wounds effectively with Stygian Soul, I think. Unless when the boon, when the Bloodstone wears off, maybe it still does the Exit Wound damage. I'll have to, if I have Exit Wound offer and there's nothing else I want, maybe I'll test that out just to confirm how it interacts, because I don't know for sure. We're critting for a nice, juicy 360 damage. Not amazing, but it'll work. It'll work for now, I suppose. Not a fan of the Lerny that drops Skull Crushers, but fairly manageable. Alright, I do need to play a little safe here. I do have Quick Spin. Maybe, let's see if I can make Quick Spin work here. Yeah, that's a fair bit of HP gain. Just have to watch out for the projectiles, reposition, and charge it up. Alright, that's 2 heads down. And we got Hunter's Mark placed on an enemy, so I can... Alright, you know what? I maintain the notion that the charge spin becomes immediately unusable the higher your forced overtime is, but with no forced overtime on, it's certainly usable. It's just not going to make or break the run unless you really build around it, and the only reason I really think it's usable even here is because I have Quick Spin. Without Quick Spin, it's just so risky. It's just so incredibly risky. Alright, Lerny Vanquished, averaging a 6.5-minute floor.
Bashing heads for now.
Granted, Asphodel is a shorter biome altogether, so realistically speaking, I'm probably averaging closer to 7 minutes.
King Theseus is eager to see you again soon.
Okay, do I keep sitting on the Palm Blossom? Because we're starting to have the Palm Blossom. Actually, honestly, it's only hit boons that I really wanted to hit. Special and Hunter's Mark. It's probably worth giving up for the sake of getting that higher tier, that Heart Rend chance. So I think what I'll do here is, since we have Refreshing Nectar, I probably go for Artemis here. Yeah, let's go for Artemis, because worst case scenario we get Heart Rend, or best case scenario we get Heart Rend. Worst case scenario we get something that enhances our crit damage a little bit, I think. Honestly, best case scenario is we see Hermes and he gives us Rush Delivery with this rarity up. We'll see at least a rare tier Rush Delivery probably with that in mind. In theory, we will be seeing our hammer soon, though. Here's an Artemis Gate. There's Hermes. Okay, so... here. This is a tough decision. I guess, let me look at the Codex. What does Artemis actually offer me that I would want at this point, aside from Heart Rend? We've got Pressure Points. Exit Wounds, I guess she could offer, maybe. Clean Kill is not that great. Support Fire is kind of terrible. Hidebreaker we already have. Hunter's Instinct, we don't have a God Gauge, so it won't be offered. So there isn't really much she could offer us other than Heart Rend at this point. But that Hermes boon just offers so much untapped potential. I think the Rush Delivery call is the better call here. There's no guarantee we're even offered it, mind you, but there's some chance. So I think it's worth at least exploring. All right. The nice thing is that we get one crit and we're just bouncing Hunter's Mark between enemies. In most instances, it's not guaranteed still. It's a 50% chance, but we're going to be seeing crits left and right, so Hunter's Mark just gets reapplied elsewhere. Multiple enemies can have Hunter's Mark applied. There's an example right there, so thank you for proving my point, Hades. Or, well, the game Hades, not the god Hades. Alright, keep spamming that special and popping everything with crits where we can. Alright, we're critting for 462. Again, if we had, genuinely, if we had Heartrend and Charge Skewer, I think we'd be doing at least 1600 damage about. We're almost there, though. We'll hopefully see that soon. Rush Delivery? No. Alright, let's reroll, see if we get it.
Hate to be ungrateful here.
Greatest Reflex, level 3. I reroll again, don't I, Kiwi? Come on, Rush Delivery, please. Dream is dead. Special speed being faster, though. 30% up, we'll take that, I guess. Here's our hammer. Well, we didn't get good Hermes RNG. Maybe we can at least get good hammer RNG? Charge Skewer would be so cool, game. Do we have, like I can't complain. That last run, the oh my goodness, that's a lot of things. Okay, we somehow killed all the ones that were relevant. Awesome. Like, we had incredible RNG on the last run, so I can't justifiably complain if our RNG is kind of shite this run. But I feel like it should have balanced out for the run we had before that. The Athena dash only run was just so darn rough. Like, again, our RNG, I said it in the previous episode, but our RNG made it so that we did not get the boon we needed until 37 minutes into the run. I mean, Athena's dash has no damage on it. We needed lightning reflexes to even make our damage viable, and we just didn't get it. On the bright side, I do think we got like a tier 3 greatest reflex, so I can't complain about the extra dashes on a dash only run, but still, that run was just so incredibly rough, man. Also, I'm now realizing that I think I did 3 + 3 = 7 in that episode, and you can tell how tired and tilted I was.
Except this spear.
Oh my goodness, we got it. Oh, thank goodness. Charge Skewer to 100% base damage, minimum range reduced. Get ready to see me hit rapid fire crits. I don't really need Patroclus here, so I'm gonna go for the mid shop. Patroclus gives us Death Defiances, which we don't need. We barely need any extra HP. Ooh, a high tier Artemis followed by a shop Artemis. Ooh, or a Charon. I probably don't do Charon here. I think that's too risky.
Should come in useful.
Okay, so no Heartrend and no rerolls for Heartrend. I think I'll just take Clean Kill then. 30% more crit damage is still a whole lot of crit damage. It's not nearly as much as what Heartrend offers, but it's a fair bit. And then we'll buy the max HP.
Feeling tough.
And then, honestly, I think this Artemis now is worth more than the coin that Charon can offer that might get us an Artemis later.
I've been waiting for another round against you. Let's go, now.
Alright, now he says, and off we go. I'm not used to having Charge Skewer, so alright, let's see if we can get a good crit on him. 1200, see, told you. Easy 1200s. The easiest 1200s this side of Elysium. Oh, 1423, okay, yeah. See, easy. That's all it takes. See, Charge Skewer, and now our build is complete. Like, Heartrend is great, don't actually need it. Oh, that's an interesting thing. If I fire to the left, if I fire away from Asterius, the homing on True Shot is kind of insane. Okay. And because we don't have forced overtime on, it's pretty easy to get backstabs on him. Oh, okay. I thought I had him against that wall, but okay then. If you insist, game.
Stand down.
Alright, we took one hit. It was a pretty juicy hit, but we beat him pretty easily. Man, playing without forced overtime is a lot easier.
Minos.
Any level of forced overtime is rough, but 2 levels is so unbelievable. There it is. Okay, we have officially gotten everything we want except for Rush Delivery, but honestly, we don't strictly need it. Hopefully we see a third Hermes in Styx, but if we don't, I mean, look at this. We are critting for 1200. That was a 1k crit. Rapid fire, 1200 crits. And with Hunter's Mark, if we stack that up a bit more, we'll be just passing crits along like an epidemic. Is that too soon? Is that a poorly timely reference to our recent history? Probably. Never mind. You didn't hear me say anything, okay? Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if I can kind of cheese these butterfly balls with some, yeah, I think I can. The butterfly balls are very slow moving, so I can probably use them to heal with Guan Yu a little bit. Not a whole lot, but every hit matters and every HP matters. So yeah, I'll try and get some Guan Yu heals off of these guys if I can. It's running away from me. There we go. Okay. Ah, look at that. I healed like a whole 20 HP doing that. Ooh, a 40% special damage increase. And I'll still be able to afford a boon in the end shop. So we take that. This will make us trivialize Theseus pretty easily. All right. And I just remembered we do have Heart Run, so I do want to try and tag these guys with the attack when possible. Not at the cost of my HP.
More, huh?
One thing worth mentioning is you have to keep in mind that enemies always spawn in facing to the left. So if I position correctly, I can always get a back attack on spawn.
Not a chance.
It's a minor optimization. You're only realistically going to get that against one enemy, so... And you can't really predict what enemy is going to spawn there, where, and charge up your attack at the same time. So you kind of just have to get lucky with your positioning in terms of what you're going to hit. Sometimes you'll get a strong enemy that you really would enjoy that crit or that backstab damage. And other times you're just going to get whatever, a trash mob that would die in one hit anyway. All right, we've got a trial with Artemis and Aphrodite. And I've got plenty of coins, so I think I'll do the trial. There really isn't much left that I want from Artemis at this point. We've gotten pretty much all of her boons. Actually, we're almost as stacked as the Zeus run at this point. I think, honestly, I have an easier time dealing with Artemis anyway, so we'll take Aphrodite first.
What do you say we skip the chat and get right to it, hmm?
Sweet Surrender is probably the best boon she can offer us now. Empty Inside isn't terrible, though, because it means now our weak effects will last for 10 seconds, plus the additional... Well, it's an additional 10%, right? It's 4 seconds plus 10, or is it just 10 altogether? Not sure. At minimum, it is a 10-second duration. At maximum, it's 14 seconds. But either way, alternatively, life affirmation isn't a terrible decision just to get a little bulkier, but I think Empty Inside will work better for our build. Then I don't have to tag enemies with the attack nearly as often.
Huh, I knew you'd pull this old maneuver, Zagreus, and I am ready for you now.
Yeah, like I said before, Artemis is used to us betraying her trust, unfortunately. It seems to be a... Oh my goodness, we just popped that guy's armor in one hit. Gotta love it. Alright, so again, we get one Hunter's Mark on one enemy, and we're just going to pop them left and right, as long as we get lucky with the Hunter's Mark bouncing around enemies. Which isn't hard to do, since again, it's like a 50% crit chance at this point. Again, since I know where enemies are going to spawn, I can try and get a cheesy quick spin off just for a little bit of extra healing. I don't strictly think it's worth it in most instances, again, unless you have nothing else that's at risk of hitting you. But here we have the arrows, we have Artemis, it's kind of scary.
You're still there, I see. Well then, all right. Let's call it even for the moment and get on with this.
All right, let's see what we get. Artemis's AIDS, Exit Wound. All right, why don't we take Exit Wound and see how that interacts with Infernal Soul, because I'm not sure how it does. I'm curious enough to try it.
The might of the Huntress.
All right, and there's Ares showing up after all this time. I mean, we never did get... I think we never got his, what, Blood Frenzy was it called? Or Battle Rage, that's what it was called. Let's go for it. Let's see if we can get Battle Rage, because then we're going to be hitting huge numbers every time we kill an enemy. And I mean, we just crit for almost 1200 again. Like, we are easily critting for 1200. There's a 1400 crit. Okay. Like, this is a fine build. And because we have the special speed up, my special basically is up at all instances, so I don't really need to kind of cheese, or like not cheese, but optimize with the cast anymore. It's still probably fine to do, and it's worth doing for Boiling Blood to activate and get that 50% damage increase, but... Alright, Battle Rage. Ooh, and we got Epic Tier. Okay, so after slaying a foe, your next attack or special deals an additional 200 damage. Now keep in mind, 200% more damage was what we got from Charge Skewer. So we might be hitting just rapid fire 2Ks. I don't know if that's going to be how it scales, but it certainly is a contender for that potentially. I can't wait to see what happens to Theseus here. I will buy this HP, and Aphrodite versus the shop here. I think I take the shop. Aphrodite doesn't have a lot to offer at this point. Again, we're basically full build. The only thing I can make an argument for is Sweet Surrender for the extra damage it gives. And I suppose you could make an argument for, say, Different League or Broken Resolve just to make your survivability a little bit better aside from Life Affirmation. But the shop offers a palm, it offers HP. I think there are some things that are a little bit more useful, and we could see the Aphrodite boon or Athena. Athena's fine too, but let's get the palm.
Don't spend it all in one
Heartbreak,
place, man.
Pressure Points, Hunter's Mark. I think, well, this is 6% more crit chance from Hunter's Mark. What are we at with this now? We are at 20% plus 66, so we are at 86% crit chance, assuming they add their additive rather than multiplicative. So we're basically, we're near guaranteed to crit with every special. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. We're near guaranteed to crit after our first crit with every special. All right, let's take it. Hunter's Mark, and then Athena, what have you got? Blinding Flash. I think I have God's or family favorite rather than status privilege, but getting 50% more backstab damage would just make our numbers bigger, so I'm not going to say no to that. I think I'll skip the HP. I think I'm good. All right, let's see how this hero's fight goes. I'll probably drop Sisyphus fairly early on. I'll take one hit and then I'll drop Sisyphus.
Our foolhardy challenger approaches once again, I see.
So we won't really
prepare to be run through.
We won't really get to see the benefit of blood battle rage until the next floor, but wait till we do.
We owe everything to our
Crit for 1800 there. There's Heartrun doing its job. Plus probably a little bit of... Oh, why did I dodge into that? Alright, so I can just bounce Hunter's Mark between these two guys with crits. Unfortunately, I think I crit Theseus with my Divine Dash there, so they cleared the Hunter's Mark, unfortunately.
Gods on high, attend me.
But, oh my goodness, just rapid fire 1k crits. Gotta love it. 2270. Okay, there we go. I think that must have been a back attack. Okay. We're basically full build at this point. There's very little we can gain that will increase our damage at this point. Aside from maybe... No. I was going to say trading out our attack for Athena for Deadly Reversal, but then we'd lose our reliable way of getting Heartrun, so it's definitely not worth it. Okay, so what do we take in the final floor? We really don't have a lot that we want. So what gives us the most damage? I have to keep in mind I have Extreme Measures 4 on, so survivability might be... Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Sigil of the Dead. It's not listed here, but it does give you enhanced damage when you use the Greater Call, so we'll take that. It also gives us some iframes to get out of dodge. We'll take the Yarn of Ariadne. I don't know what I'll buy with it, but it doesn't hurt to have, I suppose. And since we have pretty insane gold gain from rooms, so honestly, maybe I buy this Centaur Soul for the extra 13 HP, just for the little bit of extra survivability it gives us. Like, that is going to melt our HP, so I think survivability is what we prioritize at this point, because we don't have much in the way of that. And I'm not using, even if I have Quick Spin, I'm not using the Charge Spin against Hades. That is just asking to get hit. Alright, what have we got? Let's see. Some nice gold pots, awesome, so we can afford a God Boon if it's a low tier one in the shop. There's another set of Artemises. Did we get more Artemis boons than we got with the Zeus run? Oh my goodness, there are 3 Artemis rooms on this floor. So we go for the Palm first, just to have the greatest chance of hitting the special, I think. Then we'll take the coin, and then we go the Artemis room. Worst case scenario, I lose a Death Defiance, but there's an Athena that will probably refund it for us. Wow, we are gifted a lot of juicy things. All right, so we'll go Palm, coin, Palm, and then we'll double dip onto Gods after that point. Trying to get some crits on these guys just to see what we can hit, but we're not quite getting it. All right. So I think I mentioned in the previous video, but I am on the hunt for fun gimmick builds. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I know I'll say it over and over again. I'm really not on it. This channel is not like seeking growth or anything. It's a fun, casual channel to upload playthroughs and help my girlfriend, well, my fiance, I suppose, fall asleep. So like, I'm not looking for engagement, but I'm genuinely curious about challenge runs and gimmick runs that people want to see, because maybe I hear a fun idea that I would be willing to try out. I'm certainly like, I'm trying to scour Reddit and other content creators' runs to find new fun ways to play Hades, because this game is so surprisingly versatile. There are so many weird builds. I mentioned it in the previous video, but the thing that's got my eye right now is, oh my goodness, a 2300 crit. Youchers? What did I just try to say there? Like, this rat is just camping a angle I can't hit it at. There we go. Right now, the next time we get a rail run, that's the big thing. I'm gonna do a build. It's called the Billiards build, where you basically play pool. You take the aspect of Hestia and you go Poseidon attack, and you just line enemies up and have them bounce into each other and just build as many Poseidon boons as you can get. I mean, this gives more damage overall, but will we realistically get to benefit from it that often? I guess the goal is just to see the biggest number possible, so let's take it. If I get a good back attack, we'll see the number happen. Alright, so now I can afford this other palm, so let's grab that.
Why not?
Would have loved to see this on the special instead of literally any of these, but oh well. I guess we put it on True Shot. Actually, I need to confirm. Let's do a bit of experimentation. So let's go for this coin first, and then we'll go for the Artemis Chamber, regardless of if we get a 2-chamber 6 or not. All right. So let me get a Bloodstone lodged into you, and let's see what happens when that clears. Like, I can avoid this rat. I can kite it out. Do you take damage from exit wounds? I'm very curious. Just gotta wait it out. Come on, any second now, I think. Hello. Okay, you do. Okay, interesting. So when the Bloodstone wears off, it does still trigger exit wounds. Good to know. All right.
Can't do that.
That rat we were just casually toying with, it probably knew that. Our attack does next to nothing in terms of damage. It's honestly faster to do a 0 charge special than to charge up an attack, or to do an attack. Fair enough. This is fine.
Not yet.
And I'm taking these little hits here, but I'm killing them faster than the poison can tick, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we are, as long as enemies line up, we are clearing entire rooms in a single strike. It's quite nice. All right, so unfortunately we do get the 2-chamber sticks.
That's something.
But like I said, I will go for this extra Artemis room.
Boy, huh?
I don't honestly know what other boons Artemis can offer us at this point, but like...
Cheers, mate.
Oh, fully loaded, you know? I guess that's fair. Hunter's Instinct is honestly better. Fully loaded, I guess I can spam the cast, but the cast isn't where all our damage is. Our special is, so I don't really need it. Hunter's Instinct, I think, to fill up our God Gauge faster first.
Time to hunt.
Both of these are higher tier Artemises, so I guess it doesn't really matter which one I take first, so we'll go for this one. Although Ares could potentially offer us more, right? Or literally nothing. I don't give up the dash, I don't give up the cast. Yeah, we just take Curse of Vengeance, I guess. Oh well.
Maybe this way.
So the big chamber of sticks that we're about to get will be a little bit inconvenient for our sake. Not getting any crits is unlucky. Wow, we have not gotten a single crit this room. There's one. 2300 or 2346, you know. One crit is all it takes to just start bouncing crits. Oh man, fun build. That doesn't mean I'm gonna beat Extreme Measures 4, but it's certainly better than Extreme Measures 4 Forced Overtime 2. So I think I'm more than capable of doing that. 2700 crit, okay. Beautiful, beautiful build. Fair and balanced. The real question is, will I get to see the big number on Hades? That's what everyone wants to see, right? We want to see Hades just get suddenly melted by a stupid gimmick build. Is this even a gimmick build? This is just the right way to play Guan Yu. You build around Charge Skewer, you build around the special, and you don't worry about anything else that makes Guan Yu feel weak. Like, there are definitely some really tempting, or really powerful, arguably, charge spin builds, but you need the 2 perfect hammers. You need quick spin at minimum, but then I would argue the hammer that makes you heal rapidly from it. And even then, even with quick spin, you have to hold still for so long. Like, if I do charge skewer, I'm firing it now. I'm firing it now. Quick spin, I have to charge. Like, I can't instant charge and fire it even with quick spin there. Like, I know it's hard for you to tell because it still looks like I'm getting it off, but there's at least a whole, like, portion of a second longer. Whereas, like, for the skewer to come out, like, if I tap the Y button, I still throw the skewer. I tap the X button, and I don't get anything. We're gonna go ahead and use this. This will up our damage. Nice, juicy 2300s. All right, fully loaded again versus support fire. At this point, it literally doesn't matter. Like, what boons? We have almost no boons left to get from Artemis at this point, right? So it doesn't really matter what we take. I'll take support fire because arguably it benefits us more. Although I guess we have exit wounds. Exit wounds does do a nice little bit of extra damage, and it'll help along with enemies like Zeus or Hades. And if the snakes are spawned on his first phase, they don't clear the bloodstones. They clear debuffs, but not bloodstones. Sure, why not? Let's take fully loaded. I sound so disappointed about getting a legendary boon.
Time to deliver the goods.
All right, Artemis, final boon.
The fee.
I think we're officially at the point where we literally can't get any more boons from her. We have, aside from core boons that she could offer as trade, we have pressure points, exit wound, clean kill, support fire, hidebreaker. Yeah, we literally have every Artemis boon except for core boons, and we have 2 of those. Like, this is even more Artemis boons than the becoming Zeus incarnate boon. Basically, this is what if Artemis used a spear. I think we ignore that Athena room. We don't need to take more damage.
Decides the time has come for a short break and snack.
Now, I have to keep in mind that I'm going into a situation that is not easy to clear. Like, I should have used Sisyphus. I could have been full HP here. That was my mistake. I might honestly be able to get a quick spin off before the fight begins, and I will probably try to do so just for that little bit of extra HP that might make it so that we don't die in 2 hits instead of 3.
The heavens and the seas belong to my brothers. But know that you are still in my domain.
Because keep in mind, on Extreme Measures 4, Hades base damage is enough to 2-shot me with my current HP pool. So yeah, I'm gonna dash away and then do a quick spin, I think is the plan. So dash this way and quick spin. Use darkness, so I don't know where he is. I'm gonna try and bounce this against the wall. Nope. Okay, well, we tried. Take these out as quick as possible.
Excuse me for a moment.
You're excused, Dad. Oh. Just barely dodged that. He is so much slower. Oh man, I know I've mentioned a couple times now that I've been running 45 heat runs. Extreme Measures 4 Hades with 40% move speed and attack speed is so genuinely terrifying. This is so much more manageable. Alright, he's cleared his debuffs. Wait for him to do his second attack, tag him with this, and let's see what we can hit. 1400. That's a back attack, no crit though. Tag him with the attack again. Back attack. Nope. Phased, so we don't... I wish...
And fights with the ferocity with which you once clung to your meager lives.
Can we get a crit? Come on, give me one crit. Nope, no crits on that mini boss. Unfortunate. Right, well, it's dead. That's probably what matters more. Right, we are 2-shottable from Hades' damage range. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the quick spin bounce against a wall so that it can maybe hit him after he comes out of darkness. We are not getting any lucky crits here, unfortunate. 1400, not bad. Oh, I ran into that. That was avoidable. He's about to get phased. Where are you, Dad? There you are. I can get a Battle Rage Enhanced crit if I kill his Bloodstone in theory. Right, there's Butterfly Ball. Butterfly Ball is actually some HP, so we'll go ahead and toss this out. And now that Dad is engaging us again, I'm going to go ahead and toss out the Greater Call, see if we get any good hits on him. We are real... Oh, there's a 20... Okay, that was a fast bit of damage. That was 4k damage in very short order. I'm going to charge up a charge spin here. Oh, you know what? You know why I'm not hitting the most? I haven't even used my my cast. Oh, okay, no fire. I'm just going to wait this out and then dodge through the rings. Okay, you know why? That's why we weren't hitting the big numbers that I was expecting. I hadn't tossed my cast into him. Now he has a whole bunch of Bloodstones in him. But he's also attacking a lot faster, which isn't great.
You'll perish yet.
Didn't get to see the number, but it was a big chunk of his HP. Alright, let's charge this up. Oh, I mean, if you're going to make it easy for us, here are some free back attacks. Come on, give me one good crit. One good crit, not a single... Oh, 2800. Okay, there we go. That's probably about the best we're going to hit him for. I'm just going to safe spot here. Actually, no, I guess we could get the Greater Call Enhanced crit. So there's still a chance of seeing a bigger number than that. So I think what we do, not that I really want to, is I can kind of time him out. Oh, hi, Cerberus. 1 second. I run over here for safety. Okay, whoop. Pardon you, Dad. All right, bail out for that. True shot I can hit from around the bank. I can bank the shot. Let's see what we get here. No crits. This is a crit? Nope, no crit. No crit. No crit. I'm just gonna say no crit over and over again. Jeez. Wow, we have had awful crit luck. I guess it's only 20% without Hunter's Mark going, but it feels pretty lame.
Fight me for real, damn you.
Alright. So, oh, that was a casual crit. Okay, we've got Greater Call. This is a chance to probably hit him for a nice juicy crit. No, no crit, but oh well. We saw 2,800, and I mean, we are rapid fire 1,200 crits, 1,300 crits, at minimum 500 damage. I can't complain that much. Oh, that's a pot. Are you lasering? You darkness, didn't you? Yeah, you darkness. I see you there. I see you there. That's so rude. All right, we banked the true shot. All right, I don't think we can see our crit anymore, so why don't we just... Oh.
Damn it.
Why don't we finish him with a nice friendly boulder from the sky? Oh, you know what? I could have used Blood Frenzy to hit higher as well. Okay.
Father! Voldy, your highnesses.
Okay, we missed with the boulder. Oh well. I was just going for the boldy damage finish. Oh well.
You tell no one at the house. Do you hear me?
Alright, fair enough.
Let's do this.
Well, that should have been our final bounty on the spear and our final bounty total. Like, all of our weapons have gotten their bounties now. That's pretty cool. We have played a lot of Hades, Kiwi. We're on a 110 win streak. Alright, well, of course we have to honor the carriers of the build, so... Aspect of Guan Yu, comboed with... Sadly, we didn't get Rush Delivery. Rush Delivery would have been a huge damage up, too. But I think we do Battle Rage... We need to make sure we have Deadly Flourish and... Charge Skewer, so there it is. See some really big numbers. Easy 3Ks. All right, another win. Lost a whole bunch of Death Defiances, but can we make the argument that I was kind of messing around a bit?
When his victory was all but certain, a fissure opens underneath the feet of the ill-fated prince, and from it vents a cloud of superheated water vapor. Steam, as it is known. And probably you know what happens next.
Again?
But all right, all things considered, not a terrible run. And oh my goodness, oh, I'll have to go back in the footage and count how many Artemis boons I got, because I literally got every Artemis boon.
Well, that was pretty good all in all.
Like, this is just like the Zeus run. I don't know how that's happening.
You'll get him next time, right?
But I'm certainly not going to complain. Not that Artemis isn't like Zeus, where the more boons of his you stack, the stronger you become.
Just in the middle of a wall-to-wall inspection right now, Prince.
Like, I would say the most stackable gods are going to be Ares, Zeus, and Poseidon. Particularly Zeus and Poseidon. They have so many tier 2s that stack on their base damage.
Do let me know if I can help with anything, all right?
Artemis isn't really one of those. Like, yeah, she enhances crit damage, but like, the crits themselves are the damage, and everything else is kind of minimal in terms of what the crit gives at base.
The triple-headed monster Cerberus is dutifully sitting there as ever.
He's a good boy. Let's give him some RNG, good RNG pets.
Boy.
But also, I didn't comment on it, but we got some custom dialogue from both Orpheus in the last episode and then Eurydice this episode regarding the fact that we've been practicing the lyre. I think we're almost at the point of being complete on that.
See, I must attend to all this parchment work.
On that prophecy, and that's the last prophecy in the game that we have to complete.
As perhaps you see, my friend.
Of course, that's why I chose to talk to you, to disrupt you. All right.
Nice work, Hypnos.
Yeah, look at Hypnos being featured house servant two episodes in a row, I think, right?
That's too good a deal to pass up.
We're still not cashing in on the head chef just yet.
Do not let circumstances rattle your resolve, child.
I want a huge resource drop.
Thank you, Nyx. Hey, I know you.
On the whole, that could have been worse. Cause of death, shipwreck. Alright, Kiwi, I don't know if you can tell, but I certainly can tell that my voice is dying from recording too much today, so we're gonna call it an episode. I'm gonna go drink some water, and then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go record some Pokemon and completely destroy my voice. Oh boy.
Can't break these bones, pal. What? You just try it.
Alright, we've got a bow build next. I mean, we had the most insane Rama run possible. How do I follow that up? Honestly, I don't think I do, so we'll figure out what I'm running in the next episode. With all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next episode for some more Hades fun.
Sweet release.